All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you lot. I got to say, I haven't started out the members things as yet because I had designed shows for the members. We're going to be coming back to that. All right, yes man. And if you want to become a member, please do click the join button if it's visible to you. But if you have any trouble, what you need to do is just go into the description. It will be also there a link. Once you click that link, YouTube will guide you through the process and you could become a member of the platform. So as you know, you saw by the title, Jamaica Reggae Boyz Abroad series, a series that I've started over maybe 4 years now, where in which we have covered all the reggae boys that played, do a ranking system and give who we think on the day deserves it. But we still have some additional news like players, injuries and stuff. We have done those separate. So we have a Stramalu one out there. Please check that out. We have Mikel Antonio's return. We're still seeking information on Shamar Nicholson and the others as well. All right, but on the list today we have Bailey, Devonte Cole, Leigh and Bailey, Hutchinson, Mothersille that we have to follow up on, Amari'i in a thriller, EPL thriller. Then we have our boy Bobby Reid, and we have several others to look at in the championship. All right, in our Deshaun Bernards and stuff. So a good one, and it's a little bit early. I know you guys always complain that I'm doing these things a little bit early, but it's perfectly fine for me. I am not the money grabbing type of dude that just come on weekends because I think I want super chats and those stuffs. That's not my type of thing. I can do it whenever I want because that's the time available when I have the time to watch the games and then return. All right, so I've watched the games in the morning and then I'm returning now. You get me? I am okay. Because I've watched some games over the weekend, which are some girls' games, and it was entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed myself and actually watching football and talking about football. So I know a lot of you guys might be upset because obviously I am not here in the excitement, but they're not so much excitement because Jamaica was not really doing so much football, to be honest, and I'm excited with football. I have my brother here, Alex, in the building. Thanks very much for being here. Massive respect. Yes man. So anyways, let me get into it. I just had to make sure we put out those things. So if you don't see me guys, I am still available, but I'm just not in the Jamaica space. I'm busy actually watching football because you have several programs going on the AFCON going on, Asian Cup going on, Concacaf Youth 17s for ladies going on. You have the normal leagues going on as well. You get me? So I am always going to choose football. I know when you come over here, you might say, okay, in the space, everyone wants the Jamaican content, but I'm not going to lie to myself. I don't enjoy just not talking about football and a bag of gossipy thing. Don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's actually good for you, you know. Yes, so that's why I always had this show to fall back on. So I enjoy it because at least it's football we're arguing with. But you're not going to see me about the election foolishness and this and that and make up stories for gossipy type thing. That's just not me, people. So I hope you understand. A lot of people text me saying that why I'm not coming out. Leigh and Bailey scored. Even on my stream, someone came and said so, and I said, let me go and check. When I looked at it, they were already scored. They scored 2 goals before. So I said, why you never told me that it was 3-0 at the time? Oh, I'm a nationalist. He said he's a nationalist, so he doesn't really care about the other people I'm scoring. So can you accurately break down something if that's your mentality? You know? So, and then just a while ago, I saw, I put out 2 more videos trying to educate the people as to what's going on with the players for the troublesome positions that we do have. You have, Singh came under my video talking about systems of the coach and stuff, and I said Leigh and Bailey can't fit that system. They are just all drama filled, the people. They have nothing else in their lives aside from making up dramas. You understand me? So it is almost sickening and make you don't want to even come and talk on this football thing, you know. But I tell you what, I am dedicated to the craft and I will turn up regardless, all right? But I will do it when I'm most comfortable. Dean Fraser, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Vinny Congo in the building, and then we have Kevin Facey. Yes, this is going to be a designed to go up to 2 hours, but if it stops at an hour, I will give you back that hour at some point, all right? Because I had some Nigeria U17 games going on, so if I get coverage for that, I might have to shut this one off a little bit earlier. All right, so good afternoon, Mr. Facey. Hope all is well. Yeah, man. So smash the like button as you come in, share and subscribe. Let me get into the conversation. Where we should start, we're going to start with Bailey Cole, Devonte Cole, I should say, because he is one of the guys that's on the list due to the fact that Mikel Antonio posted that he's just on the verge of coming back. We are the 4th of February now, so in a week, 10 days time, will push us in mid-February, and we don't know how much game time he's going to get to the full fitness and what condition he's going to be in. So my target is always on strikers. My target is always on strikers. At this point, strikers, wing forwards, to see if they can fill the spots of maybe Mikel Antonio, Shamar Nicholson, and Damara Gray. So those are always my positions that I'm trying to start from. All right, yes. So let me start with Devonte Cole. He's having a good time, a good season. Yes, he's down in the leagues. So that's why when I'm talking, I never really, I give him his credit for scoring goals, because once you're a goal scorer, you're a goal scorer. Because I saw people saying that Kaim Dixon should be in the national team because he's a born goal scorer, and the coach said so. So the same condition apply for a person that is a born goal scorer at a astronomically high level. For me, the same condition apply 1000%. All right, yes. So which normally, you know, I go down to evaluation, you know, but because they made it so simple, I had to just say, okay, then this guy is ahead just the same then, because he's scoring at a higher level, way more goals. You understand me? Yes, and he continues to score. He went up against Bolton. He had a next goal in the Bolton game. So let me just break down everything, his entire season for you guys. All right. So in the League One, he played 29 games and started all 29. His minutes per game, which show you his availability, is 83 minutes per game. So that is very good. So that means you expect to get a good amount of time out of him, because he doesn't really drop short once he's playing, which that is good. You need those people that are available at all times. All right. 2 teams of the week. Overall, he scored 17 goals. All right, and the next one as well, I had to put in this one. You had Johnson Clark Harris down at the same level, and we wanted him to come to the national team. So what say we now? What truly say we as to how we evaluate this kid? All right, should he be here already, and does he deserve to be here in your eyes? All right, because when I'm looking at it, I have to say that, yes, he deserves to be here based on what I am seeing. All right. He's doing similar to what Johnson Clark Harris does. Obviously, he did it for a longer period of time. A way longer period of time. That is definitely true. So if you want to use that as an excuse, because once it is these dudes, you guys seem to throw the excuses all over the place. All right. To not put them in the team. But any other fantasy type of things, we seem to always jump for that first, which makes no logical sense, you know, but I kind of understand it makes sense to a lot of other people. 3 assists as well, so 20 goals contribution in 29 appearances. All right, yes. All right, so we have Dark Beskar in the building. Massive respect. Then we have Alex says, honestly, I feel like Cole need a transfer to go to the championship, because his team is no fully up there, but he's scoring against the league leaders and have the most goals in the league so far. Fair enough. I like the way you put that right there, and I do believe that if others at a way lower level, that we only have to find ways to patch them in, can get opportunity. I think this kid is at the leaderboard when it comes on to opportunities given. All right, we saw Sing. We won't entertain Sing until we go on his man. All right, once you go on his man, we will entertain Sing right there. All right. Richie Robinson said, "Ooh, him score more goals than." He scores more goals than almost everybody, Richie Robinson. But the level that he's playing at, people would say that it's too low. Included myself, you know. But when we're talking about Kaim Dixon and those little kids making the national team because they have an eye to score goals, this guy is miles ahead of them. If we are going to put that in context. And I know you would have to agree with me right there. So I'm just trying to show people that, oh, we evaluate things. Sometimes it's rare and weird at the same time. Because what we want for the national team when it comes on to a local player, just kick a ball and play at people don't even realize. People don't realize the level that they are actually playing, not realizing they're playing Jamaica Premier League players as well and score a goal. You get me? But this man is playing in the championship, but we would say it's a too low of a level, which I said it's too of a low of a level here because we have Amari'i playing in the championship and we have other guys playing in the championship. But when it comes down to other people's view on things, I know they pick players. He has to be in front of everybody. So he's just behind Shamar Nicholson and Mikel Antonio based off just the pure goal scorers type of thing. That's what I'm seeing right here. You know, by our logics, our normal logics that we always find the excuses that we use to pick everybody else. That's what I'm using, guys. All right? Yes. But in the real world, I wouldn't put him over Amari'i and those guys because they're 18 years old. You understand me? And I would want to grow them in my system. But based on our logic and how we pick players and how we start the bandwagonist thing, I think he's ahead of them. All right, Markland, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. We want to see Greenwood because he might get disrespect. We will deal with that in a separate video. Those contents that are controversial, I will kind of leave it for the shorter version videos, so you just give your take in it. Cole needs to be in the squad. His workload good up there. All right, thank you very much. A lot of people, I love the way how you guys do it. All right. Mr. JD, in your humble opinion, why do you think Devonte Stewart is not getting any game at the club? Sports on the ball. He's making a jump from the Premier League, the Jamaican Premier League. We have to be honest to ourselves. Majority of his the fundamentals that you should have in football, he doesn't have. But he has good physical makeup. At the level of the local league, he could have held up the ball better, and even in Concacaf that I saw him in, he held up the ball well enough. But at that level, the speed of football is too much, so he doesn't get a chance to set because he had to set. So I would say it's just reaction timing, making him can't get it. Devonte just lacks confidence. No. You see your speech here, Devonte lacks confidence too. No, reaction timing doesn't have the level of football at this point, because in order to reach the level of reaction timing, you have to have the level of football as well, and he doesn't have it. It's going to take a while if he's going to reach there as well, because others came in at the same time as him and they lived up to the level. All right, so it comes down to where he's coming from and the level that he was coming from as well. So it's too much of a big jump to see him as an overall player that can just get on the field, and what if one skill set doesn't work for him, the next one trigger off and help you out. He only has one skill set that I think is elite, which is his hold-up play. All right, and if that can't work because you can't reach the position, you don't have the fitness level, you don't have maybe the controlling level for that level, it just doesn't help you out. So you have to have several different skill sets, even if you're lower than the level, to survive. And I do believe that with him coming in and you had others came in as well, the same timing, it kind of impacted him, because once there and those guys got injured, they fall to the next guy, because the next guy is scoring, the next guy is energetic. He has several different packages, included all up. He can play as a wing forward and he can score goals, and he's scoring goals. So it makes it hard. So Prezi, what I would say, No, sports on the ball. What I would say, first, the level is too high, so his reaction timing is low, and he has competition that came in at the same time as him, and that competition has more skill sets, and he can go up to the reaction timing even if he's not fully up to that standard. That is the best way to put it in. All right, that's the best way to put it in for Mr. Stewart. All right, but obviously he was picked for something, and I say he was picked because of his strength, his physical strength. But obviously, you have African there as well that are young, that is young, and they are blessed with physical strengths because they are our type of people. So he adds more to the table at this point. He adds way more to the table at this point for Devonte Stewart. So it pushed him back. They would have worked with him, and give him more game time, But that kid just blossom as well. He's as young as him, and he has more skill sets. So, and he's scoring. He's scoring and he's linking up plays better. So even though I thought that they bought him for some reason, and that reason I like it as well because I gave him a good shot. I do believe that sometimes when others come in at the club with you, and they are performing, it's just too hard for you to break through because they're saying, oh, we brought you at the same time. And you ain't blossoming as that guy. Even though we might like your energy, we might like your style, we can't just give you an opportunity over the next man that is better than you, doing better than you as well, but we liked your skill set. It's going to be very hard, people, and we have to be honest to ourselves. All right, Mike, Larry, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Chris Smith, Richard Robinson says, think him just need to work more hard. Yes, but that's what we are breaking down. We are telling you. Let me put it in so you can know what is Salah. Salernitana. All right, so let me show you what's going on because they should be playing at this point as well because I saw them having a early game. So let me show you exactly the Nigerian. They are going to pick over him. I never looked at it at any point because my list was so full, but because you guys brought it up, I have to go back there and see what they went for. Right. All right, so they went for, so they never went for the Nigerian. Let me see. Oh, the Nigerian is on the bench. He's on the bench at this point, so they never went for Stewart. Right, but they went for Kandreva, Castanos, and you have Loam up front, but the first substitution will be Chukwa Bakoma, whatever his name is. He's going to be the first one. As you saw here, he's 22 years old. Market value at 1.6 at this point. His height is 1.95 m. So he's upwards of the 6'3", 6'4" levels. His weaknesses, no outstanding weaknesses, good with speed, good with strength, because as you see, his size is not small, and he's very much fluid for that wing forward type of player. All right, and he's scoring. So he's linking up play just as what Mr. Stewart would do, and he's scoring. So it's going to be very hard for him to break through. I do believe so. And I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't really get much game time based on the progression of this guy. All right? What does this situation say about the JFF? No, the JPL. Quite often we see people leaving the JPL. No, but that is always normal because that tells you that Mr. Spade and those guys were right. Based on the level of football we are playing, we don't have stamina level to go up to the reaction timing. We don't have the normal fundamentals because we don't have the coaching systems. Mr. Spade said that, and that's what they're trying to work on. So it's not like, the good thing I like with Mr. Spade and those guys, they have actually identified the problem. And I respect anyone that identifies problems. Before, the problem that I had with my Jamaican people, especially in football, we act as if like we are too good. And we don't know much because I'm listening to them and I know what the book says at the highest level because I went to the schools. So I know that, and I knew that we never knew much. But I was trying to tell them from day one, and we're going to stuck in our stubborn ways. But Mr. Spade went out there, figured out for himself, and then they hired coaches that came and told him the same thing that I was telling them from day one. because it's not me just know it, it's the standard that is worldwide, Prezi. But remember, most of them never wanted to take that little gamble to send 6 Jamaican local coaches over in Europe to get the license. Try and get the license. It might cost a lot, and maybe those coaches might be selfish in the end and don't want to give it back to Jamaica. Because I had that conversation, and that's what people thought. Most of these people, if you spend so much money in them, they are going to go off and do other things. So that was the kind of thing holding them back. But at the same time, you have to seek education because the kids them need it, and we are going to always be failing the kids if we keep on having that same approach. You know, yes. So I'm glad that they have changed the approach. Maybe not at the speed that I wanted it, you know, but at least they are still doing better than before. So with that, Prezi, I too think in the future you're going to see more fitter players coming out of Jamaica. I've never seen one damn player leave Jamaica and we can say their fitness level was up to the speed. Even people that says that they are the superhuman being, they are the greatest and everything. I heard them talking about their players' fitness is not up to level. You understand me? So every reality, when it comes down to reality, we just can't compete with the rest of the world because we don't have the education at the time. All right? And we are trying to seek that education. Finally, we figured out that we were just not good enough, and we need the education to put things in place. So now, Bowser and Cephas, that's their same problem as well, Richie. Remember, Bowser never go in and fit in no league. Richie, remember, say me, I watch them just as you know. They never go in and fit in no league. Stamina was the same issue with Bowser as well. I would give you slightly Cephas, and Cephas never really fit in as well. Cephas, he was getting goals contribution, but the stamina level never fit in same time, and he never went to a higher level, and he never fitted fully with the stamina level just the same. But I would say that their impacts were better than the others. That's what I would say. The impacts were better than the others, but their fitness level was not. And I thought that they said it out of their mouths. The few things that troubled them was the fitness level, the speed of the game. That's the big difference. Bowser said it, Cephas said it. The speed of the game was the big difference. Even whatever level they are playing at. That's exactly what they said, Richie. So that tells you that that's the problem we have. That's the problem we lack. And we need to get it started. And I think Mr. Speed is doing a good job as to getting closer to that. And I think the new systems with the new academies and stuff coming through, they are doing a good job. All right, maybe they are not there as yet, but they are doing a good job to get their players in better condition than what Jamaica had the players them in before. All right, so I still have to respect. I still have to respect that. All right. Yes, so Devonte Cole, Stuart, we talked about. Yes. Let me move on because we had some more players that played yesterday, featured yesterday. We had Mothersille for Petersborough. Petersborough lost the game, but Mothersille came in and he was impactful instant. All right, you remember the other day he scored an assist and we were asking for more game time for him. So I guess they have him on the main team now and they are bringing him in impactful periods, or they are bringing him in periods and then he's becoming impactful. So that is big ups to Mothersille. He has cut out something for himself, so we got to respect that. All right, yes. So Mothersille, not gonna lament on it because he never scored and stuff, but we have to still give it some acknowledgement right there. So Mothersille, big ups to him. Yes. And let me move on. Let me get you to today. All right, so can they say know about the fitness? Yes, man, but I think they're better now. That's why, look, Shamar Nicholson is fit as hell because you saw how he's playing. And I have an article here before you go anywhere. This is what they're writing about Shamar Nicholson, the turnaround for the season. So the player that they think is the turnaround for the season, all right, who is Clement's key player in your eyes, all right, your key player. Let me put it in. I want to talk about Shamar Nicholson. Well known to Jonathan David, editor's note. When he is well fed and well surrounded, he scores and also manages to score. All right. So what there it's written in French. So the translation is exactly what I've been telling you about football and what Shamar Nicholson does. See what people can identify on a worldwide level. Exactly what I was trying to tell everybody in Jamaica. Hear what they said about him. If he's been well fed, he will score or create the avenues to score. He added pressing metrics to his game, which is stamina, and going up to the level of the team. You can't say that much about the other players then. You get me? So when we are saying it and people said they were over-hyping Shamar Nicholson, see them telling you. I had it right here, but I wanted to go down the line. But because people talking about the names, I have to just give you the actual facts. So that's what they're saying about Shamar Nicholson. So Shamar Nicholson cuts out himself in League One at this point and doing great for himself. I honestly believe that he's getting respected, and I truly believe after this, he's going to find a decent club. Don't know the level of the club, but he's going to find a decent club within Spain, England, France, or Germany. I truly believe that. I don't think he's going back to Russia, and they will get their money back that they want for him because he performed so well. All right, yes. But it only goes to show you when I'm here telling you something about the football, I'm always coming from an educational standpoint, and then people that's miles away saying the same damn thing as me. You understand me? Yes, man. So Shamar is rated, and we have to respect that. All right. Big ups to Mr. Shamar right there. You're doing an excellent job. All right. Yes. So let me continue. Let me continue. As we said, we had our boy Malik Mothersille getting some more game time. We talk about Devonte Cole, impressive, and he's definitely maybe solving our problems that we might have in the forward areas. All right, yes. So big up to Bowser. He's doing his thing, Nitro, and that's why I said you don't have to fight for notoriety. When you're good, notoriety comes right at your doorstep. You don't have to fight for it. Never in life. You don't have to fight for it. All right, yeah, man. So we have our boy Greg Leigh, drew with Reading. We were looking for Clark in goal, but he never made the bench or anything. So clearly he's working in the U21s same way. But we had Greg Leigh in this game, so decent for him. Yes, and then we move on to the others now. We had our boy Johnson. We are looking to see if he's getting back to his level, but definitely right here is giving him a true test. You know, it's giving him a true test. All right, yes, it's giving him a true test. So sometimes he won't play, and sometimes he will play. All right, so that is Daniel Johnson. When he does play, though, he gives you his all in whatever position they do give him. All right, so big ups to Johnson. Then we have Preston getting a big win over Ipswich, which is Mr. Amari'i Hutchinson. Amari'i Hutchinson, I thought that when he came on, he came on and he was impactful, instant. I remember there were three, they were losing the game bad, and he came on, and his movements and the position that he took up on the field really changed the angle, and they couldn't really sit down on the team, because that's what they were doing in the first part in order for them to be successful. All right, so he opens an extra space, and that part of his game is really getting better. And if we could see it a little bit more in even a Jamaica shirt, it would be exceptional, because his dribbling ability is up there with anybody. Yeah. His dribbling ability is up there with anybody in the Jamaica team today, and his movements and his football and education is definitely growing. So that's all I can say to this guy. Keep on playing football, looking for the right avenues, and keep on exploiting them. So 22 minutes played, 16 touches, 4 of 8 accuracy on his passes, which is 50%. 1 key pass in that time, whipping 2 crosses out of the 4 completed, 3 long balls attempted, none completed, 1 shot off target, and his duels 1 of 2, and then he lost possession 6 times and was fouled once with 1 clearance right there. So another good cameo, 22 minutes, but still keep it as a cameo for Amari'i Hutchinson. All right. Yes, Nitro, of course he can be called for the Jamaica team. I honestly believe that I don't see none of the other wing forwards them as far better than Amari'i Hutchinson. I because I'm watching all of them, and I think He's more educated than even better footballers are people in their more prime today in football. I strongly believe so. You know, and he keeps on proving that to me over and over. And oh, if you listen to the commentators, them, you can know that they respect his education for the football at a young age. Yes, so I think he can make it, of course. Yes. Richie Robinson said, JD, Bowser my baller. Me I tell him from day one all when them say him. But remember, I did talk. Remember, we have to talk on what we saw. So when he was at Russia, he was struggling. All right, he was struggling, Richie, and some of the other players them just pushed him out, and it was deserved. It's not like he was better than them. Ignatov and Zobalev, they were better than him in that form, and they had more to their game. But what I thought he brought back what he learned in Russia, what he learned in Belgium, and put it all in France. So that is called gaining the knowledge. Gaining the knowledge. I don't know why Richie did with laugh. Yes, I was asked a question and I gave my opinion. I do believe that he's as good as everybody else in the weak forward position with his IQ and his skill set, his dribbling, that all of the other players them have. I think he might be a better dribbler than maybe all of our dribblers. I be honest. I might think he's actually a better dribbler than all of our dribblers. All right? Yes, Sing, we don't listen to you because sense is not something close to what you are. All right, yes, so I don't listen to you. Coventry lost. All right, Coventry lost to Norwich, which you expect it's a tough one. It's a tough one. So let me go over on our boys. All right, yes, because we have several players playing in. We like that we have KC Palmer. He's coming back, so they have to take their time. Remember, he's a player that is injury prone, you know. So you have to take their time with him. All right, yes, he gets some more minutes in this one, but not from the start. So maybe you will see him fluctuate between the start and coming on, and maybe in a month's time before they do bring him back. All right. Yes, Marcelo. He is far from sense. You know. Yes. So I don't argue with him. Just make him win. Yes. Yes. I just make him win. Yes. I just make him win. He can't talk on sense and stay on it. So I don't argue with him. You know. All right, so we have Huddersfield. Huddersfield dumped up Sheffield Wednesday, which is tough because, you know, we have our boys on it. Or maybe one will become our boy because they said Kadamateri have not played for Jamaica. So why am I talking about him? So why am I talking about Dixon and those guys? They have never played for Jamaica. You understand me? So I in my comment section, I think, I don't know if because I have always tried to group everybody together. It's like they just ate it with a passion. And what I've realized that a lot of other people ate it. But because YouTube brings so much revenue for them, they found other ways to be conniving. But guys, I don't care about money on YouTube, especially in the Jamaica space, because I know that you guys don't like the truth. So I will forever come here with the truth. All right. Yes. So the kid can play just like Dixon's them for Jamaica, and Dixon and them are nowhere near the youth. So why am I not going to talk about him? A man playing in the championship and you guys are trying to tell me not to talk about the 18-year-old. You know why? Because he's younger than Dixon and he's the same age as Whisper. So that's why. So the narrative of the superhuman being or the supernova doesn't exist. So the delusion can't be sold for so long. That's why you guys want me to shut up. When I'm doing a video on the youth, I don't care about Dixon. I don't care about Whisper. I do separate videos for them because they're all Jamaicans to me. So I'm showing the same equal respect to that kid as the next ones. So I had a video on Dixon, you know. I had a video on Dixon separate from Kadamateri, and you guys came on the Kadamateri video cursing out the youth and talking about Dixon and the other ones and avoid to watch the actual Dixon video that I've put out. I have never seen this. This is what this describe exactly who they are. They left the actual video of Dixon, you know, not watched it, you know, came over the Kadamateri video, you know, to curse out the youth, you know. I had to be deleting comments, you know, because we don't want the youth to see that and say, damn, that's how Jamaicans are. Wow, you know. I had to be deleting some of them, man. Oh, Dixon are the new future. Where I put out this video for? You sure him I gonna come at Jamaica? Okay. We never sure of nobody else coming to Jamaica. So what should I do? Not talk about them? Nitro, believe me, Nitro. They are different level sick, bro. You get me? And that's how I have always stayed in this category. That's why you saw so much other people spring up. Because of the hatred of me. It was not because they had true talent. It was because they hate what I stand for. Which is one Jamaica. You get me? And I will never change. So you're not going to see me go over the top. And that's why Sing and those guys can't really like the channel. He's upset when Bailey scores a goal. And he wants to come here and brag. But he knows I'm going to go through the entire game. And the entire game will not sell the narrative as to what he must say. You know? So they really hate me. Yeah, man. So anyways, we have our boy Deshaun Bernard. One of his poorest games since he has actually joined. Alright, he still had 4 clearances, 1 tackle, but he had an error led to goal, and so why you saw the number so low, and we have to call it out. If he had an error led to goal, we have to call it out as it is. Alright? Alright, so Sing says, okay, wow. Sing says, okay, JD, the problem is that you love hype up average foreign players and don't play homegrown talent. That's what he said. But I had done a video and said Dixon is a good player and he's a bar and goal scorer. But you never watched the video, so that's why you don't know. And I've talked even highly of Dixon, but the difference is Dixon's playing in the JPL. The next man is playing in the championship, which you only have one Jamaican born player playing above him. One. And he's 18 years old. So if a Jamaican player had gone 18 years old and play at a level at the championship, you know how we would have gone? We would have marveled over that Jamaican player. Oh, ironic, yes. Because that's exactly what we're doing about Whisper. That is exactly what we're doing about Whisper. He hasn't played a game as yet. But yet still we go over the top about the player. But yet still a next man playing at that level, and then you said that I am overhyping these players. So that would not technically say you're overhyping Whisper and those guys. You're so common sense is not so common. I have used your same argument to completely tear you apart. So brother, just let me do my job. If you don't like me, remember, I've made people in this space eat money, eat food because you guys don't like me and you guys have to run back to your delusional side. That's the reason why others exist. Because if you had listened to me from day one, I only talk football. You get me? But because of your delusional side, Mr. Singh, others exist. Remember, I've said that, and I can say that with my balls. Yes, I said that. Remember that. So relax yourself, man. Marcelo said, JD, remember you not argue with him. No, I'm just explaining to him how stupid he sounds, because he can't think rational. But I am just a Jamaican and I want all the Jamaicans to be playing. No, Sing, you don't like me because I can't be telling you the truth. Then you see people have great education worldwide saying the same thing as me days after, and you don't want to respect me. That simply means I'm doing way more than what you're used to as a Jamaican talking about football. But it seems to want to hate on me, saying that me a fighter against local players. That doesn't make no sense. The same Whisper wouldn't hype up every day. If I never none of you maybe never know about Whisper, because I was the only one talking about him. When he was nobody, when nobody never knew him, I was the only one talking about him. And you know what you same hypocrites told me? What you same hypocrites tell me? Why am I running to promote a youth that not doing nothing in football? The same hypocrites them here, that tells me that I hate Whisper, when I was promoting him and no other channels never spin him in their channels because they're desperate for views. I was the one promoting him. And I never looked at views because he never had any clout. But because I saw a talent in the kid. And I said, I think he's going to dominate Jamaican football. You know why? Because I can spot it by being educated in football. That's the only thing. But you see it, you guys are not around enough. So being fooled today because it's easy to click titles and get views, you think that these people genuinely like these players. Nah, they weren't around. Like how they weren't around for several other things. So brother, wanna be careful. Be careful. I am not interested in these things. Weekend, I have been busy talking about ladies football, African football. You know why? Because it's football. You guys want mix up. You guys want mix up and over the top sensationalism. No, bro. No say. No. Balaker. You, Giovanni. You and Giovanni was the only one. Remember, you and Giovanni was the one that put me on the player, you know. Then his father came, and when his father came to me, you know, Richie Robinson. And then I started to promote the player and started to scout the player, you know. Remember, that's how it went, you know. Nobody was, we have to be honest, Richie Robinson, nobody else was talking about him. You remember, it was on this channel. He came up and we said, all right, since you say him as good as everybody as young player in Concacaf, we are going to start scouting him. That's how it, remember, that's how it going on Balaker, and that's how we start talking about the player here. But you and Giovanni was talking about the player from before. But I'm trying to tell people, the viewers today, that none of these people that's overhyping the player now wasn't talking about him. And you and Giovanni are the only person who brought him to me. Then his father came to me. Then we started to promote the player. None of these other guys, none of them, don't care what they talk about, that they do sell. Don't let them fool you know. All right? Yes. So I'm just stating the facts to people. So when you come and tell me hate these players, una lying on me, or una making people telling the foolishness for sell their narratives for you not to figure out the truth. Alright? I am just here to talk Jamaican football for a period of time, and then I go elsewhere because people love me for my football takes elsewhere. Oh, ironic. Most of them can only stay in this category because they have no talent. You know? So that's why they have to try and make a narrative about me. But believe me, man, I've done my job here. So, Sing, put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. Sing. Up and Running says, some of us Jamaicans have inferior complex. They are afraid of competition, especially if he is a Jamaican citizen who is born overseas. Facts. And we're not going to change it. Alright, so let me continue. Bishan Bernard never had his best game, and we can say it. He was born overseas, but we can say it because he never had his best game. So we have to say he never had his best game. We can call it out as it is. Straight up. Okay? And then we move on now. We are going to save Leigh and Bailey for last because we know that Sing and his pillar waiting for that moment. The Sing Bailey pillar, the pillar gang. Alright? Gang, pillar gang. Alright, so our next overseas born Jamaican never really played well for me. Alright? Yes. Amari'i Bell. I thought that Amari'i Bell had one of his worst games coming back. Yes. And I don't know how this game ended 4-4. Alright? Newcastle is the weirdest team. They can look like one of the best teams in the entire country, and 1 minute, and then the next minute they just fall apart. I don't know what happened to Newcastle, but anyways, this is one of the historical games in the Premier League. It was 4-4 on the day, so Luton grab a point against Newcastle, in which Newcastle had several opportunities to see out this game. All right, yes, and they didn't. 4-4. Our boy Amari'i Bell, as we said, the game started tough for him. He struggled to really get into the game, and every time he seems like he would have got into the game, you had the next big play that he messed up on. Remember, he's coming back from injury, so we can't jump on him. We have to give him time to get up to that speed. But he was playing good coming back, but maybe this intensity, which you know Newcastle ain't normal. They play at a different speed. That's why I'm surprised that they're all over the place in terms of the result, because their speed and intensity that they play at, no one can match it. No one can actually match it. So that's why I have questioned these things. So 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 interception, 2 tackles, 2 times dribble pass is duels 3 of 8, last possession 15 times, committed 2 fouls, was fouled once. He had 62 touches. Out of that 62, he tried 42 passes, completed 34. Tried across, it never came off. Tried a long ball, it never came off. And dribbles attempted was only 1, it never came off. He had a 6.1 and Saka Sofa score. I think you could even give him even lower because he was one of the worst players on the field on the day. We have to be honest. He was one of the worst players on the field. Isaac is hurt. So you're saying because of Isaac hurt, they can't finish the chances that they're creating. But they're still giving up too much big chances. That's my problem. They are still giving up too much big chances. You know? They say that we have all these talents, but we don't see the results in the contracts in numbers, and we don't dominate weather league in numbers. That is true. Fouling. Alright, guys, you're just coming in. Make sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. 2 hours max we are going to do on this video. Alright, because I told you I have some other assignments. I have 2 other videos out, so I have 3 videos that I've placed today. Singh said, I agree. Newcastle look world class for 61 minutes against Villa. Then a certain winger came on and made Newcastle look like schoolboys. That's a lie again. Newcastle dropped back in a low block to secure the 3-0 victory, and then your super world star baller didn't have to think about anything, because once he has to think, that's where the complication comes in. So he has to just run forward and with his team, and then they got a goal. And Newcastle in that same period still created more than them in the counter-attack system. So I won't agree with you there, Singh. I would say Luton was still better than Newcastle. Aston Villa in this game. All right? We have to be honest to ourselves. I'm going to beat it today. The man. Alright, so and then we have Bobby Reid 2-2. And next game where I thought that Fulham would have run away with it. Bobby Reid was coming into his own. He never started the best, to be honest, but his team started so fast. I am saying, okay, he would have normally been his normal Bobby Reid self, but it looks like a game that he just couldn't get up to the other speed of the personnels, you know. So it was just a below performance of Bobby Reid to his normal standard. All right, yes. So you see it. We have to be fair. So none of the players them in the league have played so well this week. All right. So Mr. Singh will finally get his job. All right. 30 touches in the game, 15 of 19, 79% completion, and his passes, 1 key pass he created, 2 of his 3 crosses completed, 2 long balls tried, never completed them, and in his ground duels, 1 of 4 and 1 of 2, and the area last possession 8 times, was fouled once, committed a foul, 1 offside. On the defensive side, he had 1 clearance and 1 dribble pass. I just believe that he had 2 games. I can't forgive him for the Liverpool game. Maybe that's why I'm rating him a little bit off. Maybe it was because of the Liverpool game when he should have made the right decision. And he was a man known for the right decision because everyone knew him for his education in football more than anything else. Alright? Yes, but another game that I would say it's slightly below par for Bobby Reid, to be honest. All right, yes. So none of the Jamaicans then performed well, aside from Leigh and Bailey this week. All right, so let me go on Leigh and Bailey. Leigh and Bailey played 60 minutes, 61 to be exact, but they put 60 here. 60 minutes of the game. This game was over very fast within 20 minutes. But to be honest, Ollie Watkins, I should say, he's having a historic season. Malik said, JD, I disagree. I respect, but I disagree with you. When you said, Leon, when you said, when he have to think, he can't play. But I think that is his problem. I think majority of the world think that is his problem, Malik. That's what I think people thinks about him. I don't think it's his skill set people has problems with. I think it's once the thing becomes complex, he can't think himself consistently out of it, Malik. That's what I think everybody thinks about Leigh and Bailey. It was not about his talent. I think everybody believes that he has good dribbling ability, good speed, good passing range. But to put them together consistently is his problem. So Malik, how can you disagree with me when everybody actually agree with that? I've just said it different because I use the word think. That's why you start to beat me now. You see it? Just because I use the wrong word, you know. It's the word, you know. I am learning about my Jamaican people, you know. It's the word that I've used is a problem, you know. All right. Bailey is one of the most intelligent baller in the world right now. That is a lie, my brother Sing. Sing, we have to stop telling lie. Sing. But Malik, I've just explained everything that we have said about the player over the last 3 months. And everything that people have said about him over the last 2 years. But I've said it in different contexts as to how I've just said when he has to think out of situation without the actual duty of what the coach was instructed him to do. He seems to have problems. Like once he gets in a position that you know that the coach never talked about to get out of that, he seems to have a trouble getting himself out of it on a consistent basis. That's what I think about the player. But the player had a good game, so let me focus on the good side of what the player did on the day. All right, yes. So 60 minutes, and I thought the game was over in that time. Yes. So he did well, and we can judge him on the 60 minutes because 60 minutes was all Aston Villa needed to get the job done. 1 goal scored on the day, 37 touches in that time, 20 of 23, 87% on his passes. Very good. 2 key passes in that time created, very good as well. And crosses, tried 1, didn't complete it. And long balls, 2 of 2, very good. Big chance created, 1. All right, out of the 2 key chances. All right, 1 shot on target, 1 off target, and his 2 dribbles was successful. Ground duels, 5 of 5, very good as well. And last possession, only 5 times in that time. So that is very good. Dealt with the ball well. And had 2 fouls on him. That is very good as well. And interception and 1 tackle. So we can't ask for nothing better from the player more than to say consistency. Let me see if we can put this in. You know, let me see if we can put this in at least 3 games in a row. You know, just the same effort on the defensive side as to the offensive side. All right, that's what we want to see. So we want to see you go up against a better team and try to put in the same amount of performances on your attacking side. I do believe you have the attack, so I don't want to see so much on the attack. I just want to see you in the system of the team, and that's why they will always favor the other guys them over you when it comes on to a complete footballer. You understand me? And that's why Emery always figure a way out to not play him and said, oh, you know, it's not personal, but anytime he believes that he needs more from his midfield third, he's going to choose the other guys then, regardless of what Singh says. Because the entire season me and him here cursing over it, and every time Emery come with the same little dodgy ass excuse, oh, it's nothing personal. We heard a niggle, or he's not up to the system as yet. He did say that as well, Singh, early on. Remember, we were cursing out. Yes, so once he puts in these performances, which he was doing it at one point, Singh, when we were here, he was not scoring, so it was not so big in the Jamaica space. And he got the game time over and over. JD, rubbish. Diaby is now way down the pecking order. No. Diaby is not down the pecking order at all. He just started the other day. So what are you talking about? All right. I think Chippy overthinks the game when he plays for Jamaica. I think he overthinks it, period. But for Jamaica, he gets more space because the Concacaf is not the same level as the English League. So it looks a little bit worse because he has the space and then still overthinks the game. All right. You had said Diaby and Zaniola would be eating his food. I never really said that, you know, Sing. But you're making up story. But here, I'm not going to argue with you. So people will go back to the video and know that I never said that. But oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So anyway, very good game for Leigh and Bailey. So who you would give the man of the match for this game? Because I saw Eddie Guna made a video, and I was wondering if it was if Leigh Bailey was the man of the match for real, like, who you would give the man of the match? And who you think is the best player in Aston Villa? No, today. Alright? So let me know, because I am confused, because I went to rewatch the game, you know, because I wanted to truly understand, you know, because the player played well, you know, and the player played well. But who was the man of the match? Singh says, oh, Reid Hutchinson. Okay, thank you very much. So, why I'm getting the narrative as if like a Leigh Bailey was the man of the match? Yo, so if the Bailey general pillar gang saying that, why we still do these things? The people have sense, you know, if you just put Leigh Bailey there, the people will still watch it. But to stop say them something, man. You know, and that's why people say me bad mind the player, you know. So, but I just come with the truth, you know. And then me, I don't want to seem like my bad mind, because I'm going to tell you that Reid Hutchinson is pretty much having a historic season. He has the most assists, the most goals in the entire team. You understand me? By far. It's not by close, you know, by far. You get me? So we need to put some respect on the man's name. Alright? Yes, we can rate our player, but put some respect on the man's name. The man is having a historic season. Not for just Aston Villa, but for maybe the league as well. You know? But Singh still said Watkins was better when Bailey was on the pitch. You know what? I am not going to fight you with that. I am not going to fight you with that, Singh. Because I actually agree with it. I actually agree with it. But remember, no one will disagree with you on that part. The problem is people wanted the Bailey to do the collective shift. That's why people had talked about Diaby and others. So if you had listened well, no one disagreed with you and Bailey is going forward. No one ever disagreed with you. At all. That's the next thing you never notice. I'm saying, because you spend so much time arguing. You never realize no one was disagreeing with you. And Leigh Bailey linking up with Watkins. No one disagreed with you. Alright, so here the football trending said, I have to be honest with you, JD. Jamaica does have a lot of good players. And I think they underperform for how good they are. I never understood it. I think it's just our competitive spirit made we underperform for years. Our competitive spirit made we underperform for years. But thanks very much, Singh. I have more respect for you. That you actually know the truth, but sometimes you chose not to say the truth. Alright? Have to be Watkins. It's just that the England fans get excited when Bailey is going forward, and especially when he scores. Alright, okay, thank you for that. Anybody that says anything other than praise, them say them bad mind. Nigel said, Bailey has gotten better since Diaby and Zaniola joined. Maybe others elite players join RBZ will help him. Okay. Good one, Nigel. Good one, Nigel. Nigel said, you think that Bailey will be better if better players keep on coming to Jamaica. Alright? I actually agree. I actually agree there. So when he knows that if you don't play, you're not getting no game. Because I've listened to a new interview that he said here. Oh, he was talking as if like he's borderline delusional here. Oh, we don't lose so much since I'm playing. Bruh, the team never lost the games in spite of Leigh Bailey on the field. For Jamaica, we're talking. Put it in context. We're talking about his interview. So he believes that he's a staple in the national team, which is foolishness. Because he doesn't believe he's a staple in Aston Villa team. Because he knows if he doesn't perform, he ain't getting no game. Because you have other players that are better than him there. And they have just came in. You know? So it makes him has to stay on his toes. So I would agree with Nitro there that we need to bring in the best players. And it shows that the best players bring out the best out of others as well. Alright, Singh says, JD, my biggest disagreement with you is the narrative that Bailey can't play Villa's system. But I never, I never actually said that, I never said that, I said, let me tell you exactly the words, and then you go back to it, and I'm going to show you that it's because I had said maybe a word in that statement kick you off, and you never listen to what I've said. I said Unai Emery was working on a system, because remember that fight started from the double sub, the embarrassment when he get double subbed in the Liverpool game. So I said Unai Emery worked on a system and specifically told Leigh Bailey that's coming back from Gold Cup to take a week rest. And they were on the tour learning the system and never had Leigh Bailey. They had Diaby. And then the coach's statement was, I tried to revert back to my system that I was working on in the preseason. So he was saying that Leigh Bailey never learned the system, and so why he just said, okay, we are losing and we can't get back into this game, so that's why I'm gonna sub him off and just go with the players that was around. So I was not saying that he couldn't learn the system, but he never knew the system, and that was a fact. That was not a question, that was a fact, because he was not present. We have even the articles to prove that he was not present. So I just believe that I said a word and it triggered you guys off, like what I've always done. It looked like I've just said a word and it triggered you guys off. You never even truly listened to what I've said. Because if you actually understood what I've said from day one, you wouldn't think that I'm hating on these players. Because I've always give them credit. But I've just not gone over the top. O'Neil Dawkins said, thank you, JD, for acknowledging Leigh Bailey's greatness. Oh, Lord. You see, these are the words that trigger me. CC Sport Lab said the coach rested Bailey against Chelsea and got a draw. So he thought this team would work and use it against Newcastle. And they looked better when he came on. Yeah, but we can still say Newcastle was leading 3-0, decided that they're going to sit in a low block and only press sometimes in the midfield third. So it was a different game from when he was not on the pitch. You had to judge that if you had a full 90 minutes to play back again, if you're going to assess football on a real analytical level. All right? Yes. Manchester United 11 says it too, that the English is faster than where he's coming from. Okay, fair enough. All right, so that's good. That means other people agree with what I'm saying. Someone I try to make it seems like because some players are English, as to why them get more money. No. That is the stupidest one. That way, I've always heard those stories, but remember, we are all Jamaicans and we're born in Jamaica, and we always have that family when we reach to foreign countries. No, Makan, I'm not on Bailey's case. Bailey just played the game and I'm talking about him. Alright, so let me explain something because I don't want to get off that. We all have that Jamaican family, that when we reach to foreign countries, or we all have that friend that turn up to you and just out of no context. No context, nothing at all. Just turn up to you and said, because they're foreign, because they're foreign, we earn. And avoid you having your education, having anything else. It's always a defensive mechanism for either failure or just being flat out bad-minded due to the fact that you're doing well. So, to be honest, I know people will say this is disrespectful, but it's part of our culture. It's actually part of our culture, Like, this is how I've always known majority of our people thinks. They always try to hide the truth that someone else is doing better and can't identify and tell the truth that, that this guy is just doing better. And I would love to get that opportunity so I could see what I could have done. Oh, no. If me get that opportunity, I do the same thing like him. So him are better than me. I not care or you hate me. You have to agree with what I just say. Because you have a family like that. Or you is actually like that. Yes. So Williams, I am not fighting Bailey at all. Please listen to the conversation, big boss. JD, the first two Newcastle goals were from set pieces, not necessarily a reflection of the pattern of play. No, the pattern of play was Newcastle was better as well. They created more outside set pieces and also on set pieces as well. Sing that was the actual pattern of play, sir. So don't spin the narrative to give your pillar gang. JD, two things can be right. You make more money overseas that you make locally. However, I think you missed what I'm trying to say. They are trying to devalue the people, them earnings and achievement because they don't want to give them the credit, because giving them the credit would make them feel like they are below them. And that's the last thing they want to feel, because it's an inner jealousy. And then you have to top it off to say, oh, it's because me not get the opportunity, why me not do as good as them. So you create an unnecessary jealousy. It's not even to fight to go and do the thing. It's just to be jealous because you don't want to give the people them credit. So now two things can be true. One is them bad mind, and the next one is them never get the opportunity. And the next man get the opportunity and do him things. So that means he reaches the level that you are not. So you're bad mind and you're not at the level as the next man, don't want to give him the credit. So yes, two things could be true, but those are the two things, not the other make up metrics to make it feel like, oh, they are on the same level. No, they are not, because one is doing it and one wish he could be doing it, and find every damn ass excuse in the book. And it goes back to the people that's just talking about the overseas and the local. That is 100% true. JD, I would love to see Dwight McNeil. Yes, I think if Dwight McNeil comes, maybe a God don't get any more game. Especially in Algrim's system, because he's a workhorse and plays on both sides of the pitch. But you're gonna fight again. Alright? Oh Lord. This coming like a Sunday morning war. My goodness. Whew. All right, so let me 1 second. Let me see. All right, that's good. I can't manage it. I can't manage it. This is I don't know. Oh, the man them find war. All right, let me see. All right. Wow, that's amazing. No problem. I can live with that. All right, let me click it. Oh wow, 100 and odd, but we are beating them so bad. We are only on 30 likes on the video after 1 hour. Okay, well, tell you what. We are not going up to the 2 hours regardless. You know why? Because I never had to tell you to like the video. That tells me how bad-minded you are. But you can't stop my success. Because my success is because I've worked hard and I actually have the talent. That's how confident I am because I work hard. Yes. Big up S-Technic. How you doing, man? And Lansley Blake. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Bright and fierce. Them bad minus, man. Me just look at it and me see 30 likes in a 1 hour. Just because we are called out the truth. And we burn them out. Yeah, man. You have to get the Sunday morning burn out. Yes. But we're still not, we're not going into the 2 hours because I don't think it's worth it. You know? Yes. We have gone through all of the players. Yes. Is Bogle from Sheffield a yardie? We heard about it, but I have not done any research on him as yet. So that's why I never really talked on it, you know? Yes. So, people, I have done my time. I've done my time. All of the players, them. We have separate videos for Mikel Antonio. We have separate videos for Jamal Lowe. We have separate videos for those two. Then we talk about Leigh and Bailey's good performance. We have talked about Wemaxit. Yeah, man, we have to burn it down, man, because that's how we are showing it. We are show people, because remember, everything I'm say here is a fact that you can't fight it. Yes. Is JD from Belgium a yardie? Yes, man. Yeah, man. Shall work hard. So no care what you try, you can't stop it. Yes. So you can take on a life half back. When I got tired to see my face a burning out. Too bad mind. And I support people who seek education and work hard. Yeah. And I love fantasy too much. Yeah, so people, the real ones them, take on the time. Hit the like button, share and subscribe. I will turn it back when I want to, not when any overhype, 1 goal scoring and sell sensationalism because I'm not desperate for people money for weekend. So I have to just make up stories to build videos. I am not that dude. I am going to watch football. So at least you're not gonna respect me if you want to watch football. Yeah. So big up, Pastor. I saw that you just came in. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive, massive respect. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye bye.